I think I finally solved what happened to Vanny in Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin, the new DLC. Because we all know the new trailer came out like, what, almost a month ago at this point? I think it was like a few weeks. And we all know the trailer had none of Vanny, and we're all kind of just confused like, where is Vanny? We all wanted Vanny, and the only thing we ever got to any idea of Vanny is her mask. But the one thing is, it's not really her mask. So without further ado, let's go get into this and talk about what really happened to Vanny and talk about some theories and how it can actually play out in the real DLC. So everyone is still trying to find out which endings canon to the game. I did a whole video talking about which endings I think canon, looking at all the evidence and every single thing from the trailer. And the more we think about it, I do think the Phasma Blast ending is canon for many different reasons, and would fall into the whole Vanny theory of what happened to her, because we do know we don't have any side of Vanny. We do know Vanny was a really good character, and some people on Twitter are saying how it makes no sense for Steel just to say, like, she's dead, Vanny's gone, just got rid of this character, time to move on with good ones like the Mimic. But of course, they could do this. They did that with the trailer. They had Vanny being an important character, Vanessa and Vanny having lots of voice lines, be an actual good character, but then scripted it, cut it all away, and got rid of all that development. So it won't be the first time Steel got rid of a good character. But this time, it looks like that Vanny or Vanessa might actually still be dead now. Because if you look at it, the mask that we pick up in the, what's it called again? The daycare? Yes, the daycare, the Sun and Moon daycare. When you go and actually pick up that mask, who knows that that's the very first time we're picking it up? Maybe Cassidy or Cassie has already had that mask in her inventory, and that's just the animation of putting the mask on. So what makes sense that she probably didn't get the mask in the daycare and probably did get it in Phasma Blast or Phaser Blast, whatever you call it. They are two endings where the mask is left there, being the Phasma Blast ending, which I do think is canon, and then the ending where you leave the Princess Quest ending when you go and free Vanny/Vanessa, and her mask is left on the floor. It would make sense of how the mask got left there, but Freddy, you, and Vanny left. And remember, to make the ending canon, Freddy still has to be in the building, like in, the trailer we saw Cassie picking up Freddy in Phasma Blast. I did a whole video on that, like I said, definitely check that video. We went over that, so I'm not going to go into full detail there. So technically, the whole reason is now, how is that Vanny's mask? If in the trailer, it looks like it's the mask from Help Wanted. And let me get to tell you and explain how actually Vanny's mask is actually two parts of a mask. So we all know the very first time we ever got any hint of Vanny is in Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. In that game, we didn't really have that much anything about it except for hearing about the game dev, but it wasn't until we saw Curse of Dreadbearer, the DLC for it. In that DLC, there was a secret to get a Vanny bunny mask. We didn't know it was for Vanny, it was just like a bunny mask. And when you put it on, I think you heard some secret lines. Anywho, that mask just disappeared. We never seen it, and Vanny's whole costume or her appearance looked totally different than actually the mask that we saw, even the color scheme. So everybody kept wondering what happened to the mask, but what really happened to the mask was it was just hidden by another mask. So as you can see in the trailer, Cassie picks up the mask or puts it on, and you can see it looks exactly like the one from VR or Help Wanted. So it looks like maybe Vanny was actually wearing the mask, because you can see the eye hole for the mask is pretty thin and has a little layout. But if you actually have a photo from one of those Five Nights at Freddy's Freddy on Tour shorts to actually go and promote Fnaf Security Breach, in that whole entire photo, and we saw Vanny say, "Are you having fun yet?" If you brighten up the image I'll be showing on screen now, you can see that the eyes actually have another eye under it. The eyes for, Vanessa to see through the glass or through those little eye holes are actually not the real eyes. You can see there's another set of eyes, like a little bit of a tiny globe where when you brighten up, you're able to see it more. And if you look at the eyes on the mask and find some Freddy Security Breach Ruin DLC trailer, that's a mouthful. If you look at it, it looks kind of like that same mask, meaning Vanessa probably had that mask under that mask, and when we dropped it, we just took out the mask inside of it when we're about to put it on, and that is why it looks different, and that could explain many things. But also, it won't really explain lots of things, because, it doesn't really answer where Vanny is. Well, if this is canon for the Phasma Blast ending, that means Vanny is dead. But the thing is, I don't think she's dead. We did know that, Glitch Trapper, the Mimic, went and, possessed and hijacked Vanessa's mind. So it would make sense at the end, that humongous fucking bunny glitch thing. You see that little glitch bunny thing? Vanessa, the Mimic, or even Afton, we don't know if this is Mimic or Afton yet, could all be inside there as one hive mind host, kind of like the Blob. But if you want to think about it even more, if you go into Princess Quest, the game, you can see a purple little bunny glitchy dude. We already know that little dude. If you look at it, it looks a lot like this bunny. Even though this bunny does look like Glamrock Bonnie's endo. Who knows, it could be. But at the end of the day, I do think that Vanny's not actually dead. Yes, she did get torn apart by the endoskeletons in Nefaz's last ending. Her mask was left on the floor. Cassidy probably goes, picks it up, takes out the mask inside of that mask, since that's the mask that she made first. What makes sense of why she still has it, and what made sense about why the mask actually ended up going, because we literally had no idea where it was. And it also would make sense that Steelwool didn't just go and kill off Vanessa or Vanny, because it makes no sense to kill her off and say she's gone, nothing ever is gonna happen again. No, she's not. She's probably still in with Afton, and now it's our job to free them all. And that's what I think is what really happened to Vanny/Vanessa in the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach DLC. Or she could just be still alive. Who knows? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the theory. And don't forget my other video talking about, what's it called again? The DLC, which ending is canon, because it's a whole can of worms on the internet, even though the Switch port of Security Breach said that the Fire Afton ending is canon. I don't think it's canon. I just don't think. In my video, I talk about that. So without further ado, don't forget to check that video out if you want to see more. And now, only time will really tell which ending is canon and what really happened to Vanny. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video too, and comment down below your own theories. And if you think it's believable, because I think it is, and, I don't think they killed her off, because why would they get rid of a good character like that?